Yo, good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. And I hope that this week is honestly better than last. I hope that you were able to figure some things out. You're able to dust the cobwebs off, whatever that looks like to you. I hope you had the ability to reconnect, realign yourself to focus, whatever that looks like to you. I hope you were able to do that this weekend. This week, we're going to talk about leadership. We're going to dive into that and what does that mean? Um, a lot of you might be in this class wondering what's going on? What's this about? Why are we, why are we placed in this class? Why did I select this class? What's going on? And I'm here to tell you that you were chosen, selected, inputted because you were seen as one of the leadership individuals amongst our campus and had the ability to showcase some of these traits that we see in a lot of individuals. So thank you for that. This past week, man, y'all had a lot of good discussion. I really loved jumping into your chat rooms, and I enjoyed seeing what you had to offer. But at the end of the day, how many of you have actually thought I have got the potential to be this awesome leader in campus, in my home, in my workplace, in my church, in my gym, whatever that looks like to you? How many of you have ever thought that? Do you honestly see yourself as a leader? I'll let you think about that for a little bit. What does it mean to be a leader? What does it take for that to happen? This week's lesson, I do apologize for my dog, but she's just she's old. It happens. But I want to talk about leadership. I want to dive into it a little bit. And I'm going to jump on this the screen real quick. We're going to share it real quick. We're going to talk about it just a second for a little bit, for a couple of moments, because I don't want you to bore you. I don't want to bore you with my beautiful, amazing face. That is Mr. Lopez. But in all honesty, qualities that make a good leader in 2020, what does that look like to you? What are some of the qualities that happens? And I want you to think about that. And one of the biggest quotes, one of the biggest takeaways is a leader who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. What does that look like? How does that look like to you? And hopefully, and I'm not going to dive into them deep as crazy, because I expect for you to, on the Flipgrid assignment, I'm going to show you all that too. I expect for y'all to talk about that and chime into that. But when we're talking about leadership, we talk about some of these things 1 through 15, and there could be more than 15. I don't know what that looks like to you. But when I was creating this lesson, coming up with it, and what does it take to be a good leader? Honesty, integrity, confidence, inspiring others, commitment, passion, a good communicator, decision-making, accountability, creativity, empathy, resilience, emotional intelligence, humility, transparency, vision, and purpose. What do all these mean to you? Which ones do you dive into? Which one of these 15, which 2, 3, 4, stick out to you? What does that look like to you? I know for me, as an individual, I think empathy sticks out to me so much, because to have some compassion for others, because at the end of the day, I don't know what people go through on a daily basis, but if you have that just remote bit of empathy to where you can sympathize with people and allow yourself to dive into what they're going into, to allow yourself to reach out and say, hey, you know what? I might not know what you're going through, but I got you. I'm going to be there for you. I also like the idea of confidence. Now, don't get that word mixed up with cockiness, because confidence and cockiness are two different things. You can be confident and cocky at the same time, and that happens. But when it comes to leadership, confidence overrides cockiness. Being able to be confident in your direction, your leadership, where you're going to guide these people, and what that looks like to you, man, it's a beautiful thing to see. That's a beautiful thing to see. And last but not least, I think vision and purpose stick out more than anything to me. Like going on through this year, we're going to have a lot of things being brought to the table. So we put our cards on the table and say, you know what? All right, I got to have a vision and I got a purpose and I have to have a direction. But allowing yourself to go with that vision and purpose are two different things. So making yourself available and acceptable is going to be important. So I just want you to dive into that. And while we're talking, while you're seeing this, I just want you to jot down which ones stick out to you. Which ones do you see yourself diving into? I want you to pick about 4 of them. What does that look like? I'm going to give you a moment to write those down. I'll take a drink of my tea. But what does that look like to you? I told you mine. I told you which leadership qualities stick out to me. There's some more, but those are just a few. So I want you to take some time to jot those down because you're going to use those in your Flipgrid assignment today. But we're going to take some time real quick. I just want you to sit back and enjoy. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. And while this is playing, I want you to take some notes on what sticks out to you or what's important to you. What do you gain out of this? And here we go.
Life, we search for opportunities. Opportunities of life change. Moments of leadership aren't always met with a fanfare, a spectacle, or pageantry. They're selfless, noble. They're inherent, instinctive. Authority doesn't always equate to leadership. A leader knows that teamwork is always better than going at it alone. And being reliable can carry more weight than any position or power. A leader goes the extra mile when you're tired and when it doesn't make sense to. But integrity is about doing the right thing when no one is looking. It's not about having all the answers, but taking what's in your cup and pouring it into someone else's that is less full. People follow those when they're selfless and open-handed. A leader sees the potential in someone and blows wind into their sails. You go throughout your day hoping to unlock the potential in someone, hoping that something clicks, and sometimes the day ends wondering if any significant difference has been made, if any ground has been covered, if there is any tangible evidence of your investment, if it was just lost on those you've led, yielding no return. There will be times when you feel like giving up on those whom you've led, when you think that all that effort, all the guidance and direction is all for naught. Please, don't give up on us. Even though we may not be asking for it, we are desperate for you to lead us. Because we are watching. We are paying attention. We're begging for you to keep going. You help us realize that leadership is something worth fighting for, worth running after. What we get is rich, and it's greater than any monetary reward. It's been said leadership doesn't happen in a day. It happens daily. And your influence on us will have ripples felt for days to come. Sometimes in life we search for opportunities.
I found that video today, and I was very just like drawn to it. I was drawn to the uniqueness, the authenticity behind it, and I was able to see that there's people that have impacted us on a daily, but there's also people that you have impacted as well. And what does that look like? What are the takeaways behind that? And how do you wrap your arms around that? And how do you fathom that? And what does that look like just in general? So today I'm going to post this assignment, Flipgrid assignment. I like Flipgrid. I think it's kind of cool. But I'm going to post this, and what does it take to be a good leader? And I just realized that I need to edit that because that is horrible. But what does it take to be a good leader? Like, what does that look like to you? Like, based upon the video, like, what are some major takeaways that you took away from that? What are you going to do to be a good leader this year? How are you going to offer your input and listen to others? What do you think the school needs to incorporate better leaders within the school? Who do you define as a good leader? Whether it's a teacher or whether it's peers, like what does that look like to you? What do you think this year is going to look like? And how are you going to help others make a difference? These are just a few things that I would love for you just to talk about. Just be candid and honest and open with it. And at the end of the day, take time to focus on it. Figure yourself out with it and see what that says, just in general. Along with this assignment, I need you to post replies to two other classmates that have posted. I want you to post responses based upon two other people and what that looks like to you. We're going to dive into leadership this week. We're going to talk about this year. We're going to talk more about this school year. Y'all have done an amazing job when it comes to discussion and discussing what is going on within this year, within what's going on, within our future. So on and so forth. And I'm so excited to see what we're going to continue to do as well. So once again, Flipgrid assignment is going to get posted. Take time just to listen to me for a little bit. Go ahead and respond to those questions that I've given you, as well as respond to two people that have given their responses. Be respectful, have some fun, and just converse. We'll talk about it in class tomorrow. I realize that some of y'all might not finish the assignment right now. That's okay. We'll talk about it just a little bit. We'll ask some questions, get some more conversation going, have some fun with it, and then we'll move forward. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I hope you had a good weekend. I love you, and y'all are amazing people. So just remember that, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.